Hey there and happy Monday. If you guys don't know, Mondays are one of my favorite days of the week. Just love getting back into the routine and just feel like after a good Sunday rest, I'm ready to go, and that's a good feeling. So what I'm bringing to you today is card number 2 for Stephanie Carmichael's virtual stamp party. I'm excited about today's card because I love the color combination. Hello there, Lisa. You're going to love today's color combination too. So I love bringing together navy and crumb cake and white together. So technically a few years ago, Stampin' Up! Put navy as a neutral color, and I sometimes feel like it almost is, just because of how it blends with everything, and it does kind of even though it's not technically neutral, it just does what it should for that type of role play for how colors go, put it that way. Hi there, Pam. So yeah, so what I'm bringing to you today is the Artfully Layered Bundle, which is new in the mini catalog, and then some various retiring punches. So I felt like, oh my goodness, I put everything, including the kitchen sink, on today's card, is how it kind of felt, but yet it all just kind of came together in a good way. I saw an idea from another demonstrator, and she had used the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, which is on sale because it's retiring, but I've kind of used that a couple times in the last week, and if I used it again, I felt like you guys would be like, come on, Belle, there's other things to use. So I went ahead and used an embossing folder, and I'll show you that here soon. Hi there, Julie. Hi, Lois. Good to chat with you. Lois just sent me a text of her rendition of the card that I just made last week, one of my fun fold cards. I was hoping that my video would show up here, but I don't know if it's my internet or why. So like I said, here we go. There I am. I don't like to keep you guys waiting, but I also like to see your comments or if you have questions too. All right, let me get my camera turned around. Hi there, Margaret. Thanks for joining in. All right, there you can see my hostess, Stephanie Carmichael, and here is the card, a better version. So like you can see the navy, the crumb cake, and the white coming together, and this ribbon is supposed to be basic white, but I kind of actually like how it shows up cream on the white cardstock. It just adds a whole nother neutral level and layer and texture to it. So you can hardly see until I bring it forward the brick and mortar embossing folder in the background there, because there's so much going on. It's like, oh, there it is. But once I put it away, you kind of see everything else. But I love the subtleness because of everything else going on with the card. So the Artfully Layered bundle, like I said, is from the mini catalog on pages 32 and 33. They have some great ideas and things going on with that to give you ideas. And you see all these bright, colorful things. And when I saw another demonstrator put together a card similar, and it really is not all that similar, but just kind of the color combination, I thought, oh, I think she used one of the leaves from Artfully Layered. And that kind of got me going. So I'm going to use the stamp set and the dies and the white frayed ribbon, and it's really soft. I love this. So those are the products that I'm using from page 33 of the mini catalog. I always like to kind of let you know that. And then I kind of double checked my retiring list here. This page has lots of yellow. I highlighted yellow things of things that I have that are going out. So as I go along, I think all the punches are retiring. Yes, all the punches that I'm retiring are going out. And I kind of just double checked because the brick and mortar embossing folder, I thought maybe that was leaving because it's been around for a while, but it's not. So just different accessories. And I'm also going to show you just different things that can be used instead. And here is, hi there, Barb. Good to have you on here. Hi, Pam. Another Pam. This is my color combination. Like I said, it's just so pretty to use some crumb cake, white, and navy together. And I think to get started, I'm just going to take one of my pieces of 4 by 5 1/4. I actually have 2 of them here, one for the inside of the card and one to do kind of our first layering layer But yeah, just I love the font in here in the Artfully Layered stamp set. And I just needed one sentiment and that was it. But then I kind of took out this one too to go on the inside. I could have used this, but I kind of like, that's my favorite stamp set. If I'm going to pick favorites, pick a stamp, right? Okay, so let me bring over my cut and emboss machine here. And what I'm using is the, like I said, the brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. This is not retiring. So I kind of like to let you guys know that when so many things kind of are. And I always like to show you guys last, you know, chance items. What I love about this folder is the squareness of it, because if it was narrow, then I wouldn't have the option, like say my embossing folder only went to here, but I want my brick and mortar to run this way, not this way. So it's really a great feature that Stampin' Up! Came out with these really large kind of square shaped embossing folders. And so with it being 3D, I have my cutting pad number 1 all ready to go. And then I'm just going to put cutting pad number 4. Another person was having trouble with their embossing folder. Every once in a while that happens, not very often, but it's so important to put your hinge through the machine first. That will allow it to squeeze all the air out as it goes through. If you put it in the opposite way, it can actually squeeze air against the hinge and damage your embossing folders. So just because I got brought up, I thought, you know, I need to talk about the importance of that, because if you know me at all, I use my stuff a lot and I rarely have problems with my embossing machine. This one has a little chewed up side, owner error. Had nothing to do except for I think I put it in a little crooked. That happens, right? Please say you guys have done that. Okay, so here is the brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. How fun that some of the brick stands out more than others, just like a true brick wall, how that happens and how that works. I thought about doing some sponging or blending brushes to kind of bring out some of those features, but I really liked just the stark white look of it too. So I'm going to set that aside, that embossing folder, but yet I'm going to do some die cutting. So I'm going to come right back with this by adding to plate number 1. I'm going to add plate number 2 and then my cutting pads, which are technically 3. And for the dies that I'm going to use the Tropical Layers dies here. So I'm going to use this one and this one and this fun one. And what's kind of left in here, I always like to show, you know, other features, are some more leaves and just some texture pieces here. And then this edge piece. The reason that kind of popped out like that is I almost used it on today's card, but I thought it would kind of get lost in the shuffle and didn't feel like it was worth using because it would get lost in the shuffle. So let me grab some crumb cake cardstock here, and I'm going to put this on there. Yeah, that's the only thing that goes on this one here, and let me run that through. Just because of the punches, I think I got thrown off thinking that I would need to be using a lot more dies on my crumb cake. All right, so then I'm just going to take my Take Your Pick tool, pop that out, and look how fun and easy that comes out from that die. And then I'm just going to take some basic white on here and then use my other 2 larger dies on that one, and then we'll be done running dies through. So this is one of those you know, punch, die cut, have all these pieces, and then do a really easy assembly. Okay, let me get my pick tool again here and just poke and pop these pieces out. Just gonna kind of pull that like so, and actually I'm gonna end up with more, almost bigger scraps than I am my leaf punch. It's kind of sturdy, but I still have to be careful because it's not all that thick of a piece of die there. So I'm just going to throw those scraps away. And then kind of same thing with this. There's little chunks and pieces that just can get tossed, but I have this way of just poking those through pretty easy with my thumb there, and then the rest of it's like that. So great, love that. So that's all for the die cutting, so I can put that aside here. Whoops. Oh yeah, I do need to bring this back out because, where's my brick wall? Here it is. Kind of make sure that I put things off to the side, but then I kind of go, where'd they go? All right, so let's see, what else do I want to use? Next I'm going to, I have these 3 pieces, so that's all ready to go. Next I'm going to take the daisy punch. Hi there, Fran. So the daisy punch, this is a larger of the 2 punches. This one is retiring. So that's on the retiring list. And I just cut a strip of Night of Navy 2.75 inches across. And then I just do a couple punches here out of that. I always feel like my daisy's not complete unless I punch 2 of them out and layer it to make that happen. Now here's my disclaimer. So this 1/2 inch punch, it has been retired for a while and it's been in my stash, and I don't feel too bad using it because Stampin' Up! Had so many circle punches that people have, and even in die sets there's a lot of options for 1/2 inch, or even sometimes like the circle that a balloon might have in a stamp set or something. So I wanted to tell you that, though don't look in the catalog for it. Very rarely do I use something that's retired, but today I am using a 1/2 inch circle punch. I did look through my layered circles dies. There isn't one that small, so that's where that is coming from, punched out of crumb cake. And then my other one here is the Sprig Punch. Such a quick and cute accent piece. This is retiring, so let me quick punch that out of my crumb cake as well. And then my last thing is going to be the sentiment, but before I punch it, I'm going to stamp with Night of Navy. The internet, there we go. Hopefully that was just a minor glitch. All right, so I didn't do too much. If you guys were buffering or something, I tried to just hold steady. Okay, so I stamped out the hay there. Isn't that just a fun font? And then I can center that in my tailored tag punch. This is retiring. And then we have the sentiment, and I think we're ready to assemble. Alrighty, so we've got all these pieces here, and my hostess Stephanie is probably going, what is she doing? All right. Okay, so with the brick and mortar 3D embossing folder, I'm just going to put some adhesive on that, and my base is crumb cake today. This is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 opening this way. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So I have that going. And then before I put these stamps on, I'm going to get out that basic white frayed ribbon that's part of the Artfully Layered suite. And this, I wish you guys could feel it. I wish I had a sweater made out of this because it's just really fuzzy and nice. So I'm just going to kind of lay this across the front of my card and just eye it. So it's going to be about 4 inches, but I don't want it to be exactly 4. I want it to be a little bit short, or about that, maybe actually a little bit more, like so. And then, oh perfect, I was gonna just pull on it to make it look a little extra frayed, and then it caught on the very tip of my scissors, so actually it kind of does look like it's a little bit frayed, which I think adds to it. It's not afraid, it's just frayed. Okay, cheesy jokes for Monday. All right. Then I'm going to grab some glue dots here, press one onto the end, and then one in the middle, and whoops, make sure that it sticks to the ribbon. There we go. And then one on the other end, and I'll pull that away, and then I'll just lay this down. Like I said, all I'm doing is adding just a little bit more texture to this piece. And it says it's white, but like I said, I love that it's just off-white enough to actually pop even more. So now glue dots are going to be my best friend for this project. So I'm going to take that kind of frond that I started with here, and I'm just going to pick like 3 areas that are thick enough where the glue dots will hide behind that easily. And then I can just put that on my card like so. Now I know this is going to have the daisy on top of it, so I'm just going to grab a couple glue dots and put those kind of towards the lower part of this accent die like so. Now this is going to go up on the top. And this is where I put the daisies together. So I'm going to put a glue dot behind this daisy, And what I do is just kind of rotate that so that this is in between. So the leaves are every other, and now it just makes it look thicker and fuller. So that's kind of nice. And Deb, I always like seeing your name on here because then I hope that you're not working right now. You work a lot. And so I'm going to just put a dimensional there and just kind of put it there for now. And then same with this. This is going to get a couple dimensionals on the back of my hay there. And then one little dot kind of regular adhesive right here so that all three of these things kind of hang out at the same height on the card. Then another glue dot for that 1/2 inch circle punch here. Whoops. And then this is going to go in the center of my daisy like so. And then I can now kind of just keep building this piece up here. And then this piece, need to take the dimensionals off. And then this is just kind of going to go over this. And I want it to be kind of flush with the edge, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So now this is all the same level and layer. They're popped up on top of these things, and yet I'm going to fill this in too. So with the Sprig Punch, I'm just going to put another little glue dot on the base of that. That's all it's going to need to tuck that underneath here and just kind of come out there to fill up that. And then to fill in this space, I'm taking that, I don't know if you'd call this like a palm frond or what exactly. Not always the best with leaf names. So I'm just going to put a couple of those towards the lower because most of this is going to stick out in the top part. So I'm just going to kind of tuck that under, but coming out of the daisy. And actually I'm going to take, with my Take Your Pick tool, one additional glue dot here. And there's kind of a center towards the top of the flower, which actually, because it's upside down, is kind of the base here. And that's just gonna tuck that down so it's not flying in the air too much. So how fun to just bring all these big dies and these punches together. So like I said, retiring tailored tag, retiring sprig, retiring daisy, retired a while ago 1/2 inch punch, but now these dies, these 3 dies are current from the Artfully Layered Bundle in the mini catalog. So I love how this color combination comes together using both new and old products like so. And then of course I have to accessorize and finish the inside of the card. For accessories at first, bear with me, I thought about using the opal rounds. They're not retiring, but I had some and I thought, oh, that would be fun just to add a little bit of clear shimmer shine there. But I thought, okay, it might just blend in too much. And then these are retiring and like 40% off. So these would be a good option if you have these blue adhesive backed gems or just ordered some. I know this has been like on everybody's order that has ordered this past week since the retiring list posted because they're such good options. But whoops, I just bumped my camera a little bit. What I'm going with to show you guys for the first time is the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. So that new Ocean Waves bundle that's going to be coming out in the annual catalog. We have a sneak peek and we can order the bundle, but they also gave us some super cool ocean paper and then these jewels. The paper and jewels are while supplies last. So I bought about 10 packages of these Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels because number one, I love blue, and number two, I have a team meeting that I need to plan that I'm overdue for my team, and I love giving them embellishments as just little incentives for their anniversary or different sales goals. So I purchased these for them. If they're listening, now it's not a secret, but I think they'll be excited. So what I love about these is the variation, how it goes from green to a blue, but I want to, or excuse me, blue to a green. So I want to just take one of the bigger Night of Navy, like blue, and then just go with the largest. And then the next color up kind of is medium and still pretty dark blue. And so I'm going to put that kind of over there. And then I'm going to go with now, you can definitely see a color difference. This is a lighter blue and smaller. and that I'm just going to put at the top. And I love how those colors just kind of blend in, but add so much to the card by doing that. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, just kind of elegant, but yet casual and not totally whimsical, but a little bit. And then for the inside, I didn't want to do a lot because this is just going to kind of be a note card. And so with that being a note card, oh, I need a piece of paper for that. I thought, let's just leave this be blank in the inside, so it's very useful for those that are ordering through Stephanie's party to get these cards. And let me bring over my Night of Navy ink pad again. And I'm going to, since this is kind of pointed down, that leaf, and this is the stamp that matches it, I'm going to just stamp out that same image that way for the inside. I always feel like the stamp looks so big compared to the die, and it's just kind of fun. Thanks, Deb. Yeah, it's like, that's perfect when you say like cute and elegant at the same time. And I think it's the color combination that kind of makes it look elegant, but I think it's the dies that kind of make it look cute. So I'm just going to add this to the inside to finish and complete the card. So Night of Navy on the inside there, and then we have the Crumb Cake White and Night of Navy combination for that. So hope you enjoy. I love how full it looks without being kind of too much. So and it'll easily go in an envelope because there's not a lot of bulk to it too, which is kind of fun. So no designer series paper today. I feel like I've been on this designer series paper kick, and today it was kind of fun to make something from scratch just with dies and paper and ink and such for you guys. So this is card number 2 for Stephanie Carmichael's virtual stamp party. How you can get her set of 3 cards that I'm making for her virtual event is by placing a minimum $25 order using her specific host code, and I will post that again with the still shot of today's card. So tomorrow will be card number 3, and that will complete her virtual demonstration, although her party will go longer. So I want you to know that you do have time, but if you're looking at getting some of these punches that I used today, you might want to order sooner than later before that they're sold out. If you need any help ordering, just let me know, and then also let me know that you are using that host code so that I can connect the 3 special cards from her party as a thank you to get that out to you from both Stephanie and I for ordering through her party. Tomorrow I will be back with you with card number 3 to wrap up her demos, and I'm excited about that too. So see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.